Hey golfers, Jess Frank coming to you with another golf tip. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Jess Frank, PGA teaching professional. Been teaching this game for over 20 years. Love helping golfers. In today's episode, we're going to talk about all tilt, no turn. And people have been told to turn, turn, turn for so long, but they forget that the golf swing and your body moves in a three-dimensional manner. So it's extending, tilting, and turning. But today, I want to talk to you about tilting, all tilt, no turn, and this is going to help you because what I see is that too many people are turning, which is moving their bottom of their swing way back in their backswing. And then what happens is they hit behind it, they're hitting it low, they're hitting it thin. And so this is not what we want. So we want to go all tilt, no turn. And so basically, what I've seen is that most people are turning, and that's moving their head way behind the ball. So if you think about it, if my ball is right here, why would I want to move my head and my body way to the right? I want to keep it centered. I want to keep my stack here, shoulders, hips, knees, and I want to feel that my shoulders are just going to tilt. So I'm only going to tilt, 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 no turn. And notice here, when I tilt and no turn, tilt, no turn, look at how centered I stay. The weight stays very centered. I stay a little bit forward on my weight stays a little bit forward. So I'm all tilt, no turn. What happens when I turn, weight moves back, body moves back. I can hit behind it or hit it thin. In fact, and giving some lessons over the last couple days, that's what I've seen. So that inspired me to make another YouTube video for you guys because I know you can use this and this can help your game because I use it during my lessons and it helps immediately. In fact, it was awesome changes to see. So when I do this, it's all tilt, no turn. So all tilt, no turn. That's basically what it's going to do. It's going to make me, so you can still see that I'm not tilting this way. Definitely not tilting this way. That's not what I'm doing at all. So I'm still all tilt, no turn. All tilt, no turn. And you can see where I go is that my body now isn't shifting to the right. My upper body, my weight, people are told to shift their weight, keep their head down. And then that's what happens too. So, in fact, it's just so interesting that probably the 4 or 5 lessons that I did all tilt, no turn, people have been told constantly that they're picking their head up. That's not what's happening. They're not picking your head up. And usually you don't pick your head up either. This is what happens. So, what happens is that they move. I'm going to put a ball down too so you can see it. So, what happens is that so here's the bottom, right? The bottom is right here. And then basically what you want, the low point is going to be just in front of the ball. Okay, so here's the bottom. So if I'm topping the ball, most people don't lift their head up. Most people do this. They shift, which puts the low point too far behind the ball. And then what happens is they never get back to the ball. Their bottom of the swing occurs about 6 to 8 inches, maybe 10 inches behind the ball. Then they're swinging up on the ball, and then they're topping the ball that way. So what happens, the worst thing you can do is tell somebody to keep their head down because then they're going to shift to their right, keep their head down, and slam the club in the ground. And then for sure they don't want to do that. And so what's the next thing that happens? So they go, okay, I'm going to keep my head down, I'm going to shift my weight, and then I'm going to pull my arms in because I don't want to hit the ground anymore. So then there's just a cascading effect of so many different little things. And then they start thinking about their swing, and then they can't hit the ball, and then it just goes on and on. So we want to avoid all that because we want you to play the best golf ever. That's why I'm doing this, to help you play as well as you can play. And so my tip for you today for stacking tilters out there, and love this, and this is for any golfer. Any golfer could use this, really. I mean, it doesn't matter what age either. Kids, you know, 8 years old, 5 years old, 4 years old. In fact, it's interesting when I teach kids 4 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old, they automatically do that because they're like, I'm just here. That's it right there. So here we go. So all tilt, no turn, boom. And then from here, now what happens is that I tell somebody to do that. They still top it. Why do they top it? So they top it because they're doing the great all tilt, no turn. They're keeping the head centered, everything stacked. Their arms start to pull in. So they still have the arms pulling in from this little action back here because they don't want to hit the ground. So then you have to go with arms long, arms straight. So that's really, really important. In fact, it's A great thing to do is just, if I go like this here, if I do all tilt, no turn, and you're going to practice this too. All tilt, no turn. So you can see this here. So you can see now, see how my arms follow through this way or fire through? I'm transferring momentum, boom, like this. So that's going to really help you hit the ball more solid. So I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited about all tilt, no turn. And I'm really excited about you hitting the ball better. So I'm going to go all tilt, no turn. And that was just flush city, Purina, out of the center of the club face, solid up in the air. So again, if you're struggling with hitting it solid, most likely you are turning too much. I see this in probably 95% of the golfers. Rarely do I see people do this. It's mostly because they've been told to turn. So they move this way. So what I want you to do, all tilt, no turn. You can see the shoulders, I've done a bunch of drills on these. All tilt, no turn. Staying very, very centered, stacked over my feet, not moving way off the ball. Not like this. So that's what I normally see for people who hit behind it. And remember, this is the drill for you, okay? So you're going to do all tilt, no turn. You're going to take a shorter backswing, all tilt, no turn. And if you do this, see this right here? Do it towards the camera. All tilt, no turn. Boom. And you can see where my arms are, my hips. I've extended my body. Again, comes down to those three awesome words: extending, tilting, and turning, except we're cutting off that turn because most people have too much turn. So we're going extending and tilting. And today we're just talking about all tilt, no turn. So I hope this helps you. Keep leaving those comments in the comment section below. I'll definitely respond to you if you have any questions. Like I said, I just love the interaction. Again, my name is Jess Frank. I'm a PGA teaching professional. I've been doing it for over 20 years down here in South Florida. Love teaching the game. Please subscribe. Please turn on your notifications. Again, thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you soon. Take care.